You know, today is going to be a wonderful day. Today could be a wonderful day for many reasons. We might get mail from the postman. Or we might just get an episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast.
What's up, everybody? On today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast, we back. We're going to tell you what we've been for the past, month, I guess, since we had our 3-year anniversary, what's been going on in our lives, and, a little bit of voicemails, as well as what we want to do for the next year. All this and more on today's episode of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. Pew, 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 pew. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Man, episode 129 of the Hashtag Blackout Podcast. I'm Jerry.
What's up, people? I'm Jay.
And we are back and at it again. Jay, what is up, man? How's it been going?
It's been going. It's been going. Past month has been going pretty busy. That's all I can really say, man. Nobody's heard from us in a long time, so They could only assume we've been busy doing grown-up things, family things. So that's pretty much the best I could sum it up. Sounds about right. I remember listening to a couple of shows of the people that we follow, and I remember particularly Whatever Man Podcast said that they're on a bit of a hiatus, it seems. So man, we were. So shout out to everybody who had been shouting us out on their shows. As always, thanks to them. And yeah, man, we just been doing grown people stuff, man. It's work, life, family, travel, retooling the show, all kinds of stuff over the past month. So yeah. That's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, so
pretty much it.
I know that you and your family went on a fun little road trip. So I guess we want to just start off and talk about that trip.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it fun. I mean,
come on, man.
It was a road trip. No, man, I mean, seriously. So everybody went to Disneyland. Bam. Yay. Got that out the way. So Disney World, I should say, in Florida, Orlando, Florida. And of course, we've gone to Disney World when we were younger, and I've been like a couple other times as well. When you're a kid, Disney World it's a great place. It's a magical place. Mm-hmm. But when you are an adult, all that magic seems to go out the window. It's not as fun because you're stressed out. You got to spend money. Your kids want everything. On top of that, it's 100 degrees outside every single day. Not a cloud in the sky. So, it's not like it's fun. And then, of course, I go with my brother-in-law and his family. He has 3 kids. Mm-hmm. So we got 5 kids total amongst us.
Oh, wow.
And you already know it's just mass. I'm not going to say it's mass chaos because our kids were pretty good compared to like a lot of the kids I've seen out there on the, on the park grounds, the theme park grounds and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's just too much for like I'm going to say it's too much for an adult and kids, for adults and kids at the same time,
Yeah.
Just for me. That's just my point of view, my perspective. I mean, every person is different, in regards to taking families to like super big theme parks like that, expensive ass theme parks like that. It's just I just gotta say this, man. Mickey Mouse is shit. He's raking in money, man. He's raking in lots of money. It could only just be from the parking. I'll just say that. I'd rather have that paycheck just from the parking alone.
Man. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And, Unless, and I don't even know. I'm sure that actually I do know for a fact because I was down there for a trade show probably about, I don't know, a little over a year ago, and I was looking at I'm talking about Ubering down there, like trying to Uber from if you're not staying in the park and having the Uber drop you off, at Disney, even a short ride, for Uber there, is like $11, and that's like for 1 to 3 people. If you got a group, a family, and you have to get one of those bigger Uber cars, yeah, it could be double, triple that just for taking a 2-mile ride from your hotel or from your Airbnb to Disney. Yeah. So that's wild. Yeah, man.
We got a 15-passenger van. We rented a 15-passenger van and we drove down there. Of course, it took us like roughly 13, 14 hours.
Man, y'all
got there. We got a, it was whatever. We were driving. So, well, my brother-in-law managed to get I guess it was like a condo / apartment type deal. It had like 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. It was real nice. It was real nice. I'm not gonna lie. And it was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
And we were only like maybe 5 or so miles from the actual park.
That's cool.
Let's see. But I don't know, man. It was just like one of those nights I couldn't sleep because I kept hearing like in the I guess apartment or condo above us. And I'm up. And I just pretty much stayed up the whole night because I couldn't get no sleep. Everybody else was knocked out.
I'm sure, yeah.
And I'm just hearing these fools. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I just kept hearing like somebody running or wrestling or something up there. And I got I'm just up, so I got all kind of random thoughts going through my head. I'm like, are these fools doing construction at like 3 a.m? Like, no.
They're probably playing Dance Dance Revolution.
I don't know, man. And then I started hearing like, and I'm like, whoa, somebody getting it in upstairs? I'm like, dang, we in Florida. I'm like, is the Bang Bros upstairs? Even though they're in Miami. Don't ask me how I know that. But yeah, I'm thinking that. I'm like, shucks, what is going on, man? And I'm thinking these fools are just partying. So I'm about to go up. I'm about to leave our place, go upstairs and knock on the door. But I realized, damn, I'm in Florida. There's no telling how many people up there in that apartment. So I could possibly go up there, knock on the door, and never come out.
Yeah.
So I had to rethink that.
It's an orgy, man. That's what it was.
It could have been. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was something crazy sexual going on upstairs. Come to find out, like a couple of days later, I realized that somebody upstairs had an autistic son that, kind of beats on the, he has like little episodes where he makes a lot of noise. So, that kind of, it made me feel bad, but then it kind of relieved me a little bit that I could possibly sleep well at night, okay at night, knowing it was just that and not like some crazy teenagers or college kids making a ton of noise that I'd have to go, put in check. So that was like the absolute worst part, that one night I couldn't get to sleep. But other than that, man, it was an okay trip. I will never do it again. I won't do that trip again, not to Disney World. But yeah, it was good, man. That was the first vacation. Now my wife is thinking about we're doing another vacation before the summer ends. I don't know how that's gonna work, but yeah, we'll see. But there you go. That was my vacation time, Disney time.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't complain. Oh, another thing I saw that was it's pretty amazing, but I felt like a creep.
Yeah.
So in the Magic Kingdom part, there's a section where it's Dumbo. There's like the Dumbo section.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of it's like a little section where it's like kind of like a little water park type deal, where it just shoots out water just so people could cool down and whatnot. And I didn't I guess I do realize, but there's a lot of people from other countries that go there.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of these other countries, the women don't really wear bras or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
So it's pretty much just like a wet t-shirt contest out there. And you just see me standing in the water getting splashed in the face, just staring like a creep. I mean, I'm not a creep, people, but I felt like a creep. I mean, who wouldn't look at that? I mean, you gotta stare.
Yeah.
I don't know what man who would not stare. I mean, I'm happily married and all, but shit, you see him right there, white t-shirts and nips flashing in your face. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, it's
You're
a
not
man
gonna
thing
bet
to do.
who's gonna bet? Who's gonna bet the other eye? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's women out there staring at him, but little kids too staring at him. But yeah. So yeah, that was that part.
Those parts.
There you go.
All those
parts.
Yeah,
those
that's
parts.
funny, man.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, it's just human nature to look. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's human nature to stare a little bit longer than just looking. It is what it is, man.
Hey, man.
I don't blame you.
I mean, it was hot out there. It was super hot.
Yeah.
And
it could have been a mirage.
Water was cold water. No, it wasn't a mirage, but yeah.
No.
I mean, hell, you know what the deal is.
I know what the deal is. That's cool. Yeah, man. I can understand the Disney thing is crazy. We've been to both parks with our kids at this point. We went a couple years ago to California version and Disneyland, and yeah, man, it's a racket. If you people out there never been to Disney, whew, man, Jay's already talked about the parking and everything else, how expensive it is and how crowded it is and everything else. But it's wild too because the food is expensive. But I'd have to say the food is good. There's some. Hold on.
Well, some of it.
There's some that is trash. There's some that's just sort of like pandering to the people, and they say, "Hey, this is a Mexican restaurant," and you go there, and it's like the general like tacos, quesadillas, taco salad thing, and that's pretty whack. Even though I bet the food in the Florida version is probably a little better than the one in California. But the Dole Whip, I love that just because it's the quote unquote iconic Disney thing where they use pineapple soft serve and actually put it in a cup full of pineapple juice, and it's a tasty little treat. It is a little pricey, depending on the size you get, and you have to wait in a long line sometimes, but I think it's worth it. But, that's sort of few and far between. If you go to get some Mickey waffles, yeah, you can make Mickey waffles at your house.
Turkey leg, man. The turkey leg was... You thought it was good? I thought it was trash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm basing my experience off the last time I went in California and had the turkey leg, and it was good. Man, but it also could have been because I've been walking for a few hours and very tired and hungry.
Bruh, my wife didn't like it either. We tasting like this thing has no damn seasoning on it.
Oh, that's true.
It's just a smoked turkey leg. It was just a smoked tender turkey leg with no seasoning, and it was just like, damn, I paid all this money for this turkey leg, and it was trash.
Oh, that's true. That is absolutely true. That's the way they get you with them turkey legs, because you see them hanging or you see them rotating on the spit, whatever, and you walk up and they look so good. They have the light shining just right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, just like the girl, you know what I'm saying? You see the girl, the light shining just right on her. You're like, man. And then you walk up real close and then you see her face and it's like Butterface or his face, not gonna say the dudes ain't the same. Anyway, but yeah, same with the turkey leg. You see it, the light shining just right. You're like, man, I'm a little hungry right now too. Been walking for a while. Like, I know a turkey leg gonna fill me up. And then you get it, and it just tastes like a little bit salty. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the thing that always gets me at Disney, or it doesn't get me anymore, but like, when I see it, I'm just like, man, these fools here know how to build a park, is that, a lot of the rides, at least the more iconic rides, will exit into a gift shop that is themed for that ride. And that's the part that sucks, because, you know, if you're savvy enough to, and also
Star Wars.
Oh yeah, Star Wars. And also, you know, I guess, you know, also, you know, one of those parents or people who's not like just going to buy something every time you see something, you know, for your kids. You're not going to buy something every time you walk off a ride and into the store for Star Wars stuff, right? Or Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, etc. But, you know, there are those parents who will get off a ride and it'll end right into the Little Mermaid store. And, you know, your little girl's like, ooh, I want this Ariel thing, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I want the crab, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, those parents will buy that. But that's how Disney gets you. Is they're like, hey.
Yeah. I mean, it's a smart thing. It's
super smart. They make billions and billions. And you know, I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, here's how sucker I am. I bought all the kids, all the kids lightsabers.
Yes, you got to do that. So
you can make. I don't have to do nothing.
Nah, you got to do that, man.
Like, B. I bought all the kids. It was a make your own lightsaber. So all custom made lightsabers, and of course, me being the cool uncle, I was like, "Go ahead and put it on the counter. Go ahead and make your lightsaber. Put it on the counter. I'll pay for it." You know.
Thanks, Uncle John.
See, I made 4 lightsabers. I paid for 4 lightsabers and one, I guess, one stuffed Disney animal at the stuffed Star Wars animal character. So I did that, man. I'm like, hell no. No.
Did you?
I could go to Walmart and get this thing for half the price.
Yeah, you could, but then again, you know, I do remember going and getting those custom lightsabers, because when we went with our kids to Disney World when they were little, you know, a few years ago, we did the same thing. My son and I did the same thing. He got one and I got one. We still have them to this day. I'm looking at one. I'm looking at it right now over here in my recording room. But I remember that was a cool experience. You know, because you can pick the style of lightsaber based on, you know, certain Disney characters in the world, or excuse me, certain Star Wars characters in the world of Star Wars. You can pick the, you know, I guess the color of the saber, if you will, the hilt and handle, and the sounds that it makes. So I always thought that was pretty cool. Even though it's a little pricey, you know, I think it's a cool thing. And hopefully, you know, years down the line, your kids will still have it, you know, laying around somewhere, even though it's probably going to come apart. You know, you can take it apart, put it back together, but, you know, hopefully your kids still have. But I know what you mean, though, man. It's also one of those things where it sort of hurts because you see the price tag on those and you're like, oh, man.
Well, I mean, it's a little better than the, of course, all Star Wars fans out there, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge just opened up in California.
Oh, yeah.
And it's opening up in Florida at the end of August, if I'm not mistaken. And I did see the construction of it. Looks like it's going to be pretty cool, but there's a build your lightsaber for adults at that park.
Yeah.
But it's like $200 a lightsaber.
Those must be, you know, there's a company that makes those.
It's partial metal, and like plastic innards. So it's like a little metal on the outside mixed with some plastic on the inside, and has LED lights for the actual the saber part, lightsaber part, the blade part.
Can you hit it? Can you like actually strike it against something and it makes sounds? And
I don't know, maybe it's possible, but $200. I could find somebody to make or to build one, or actually buy one online that's like all metal.
Yeah, you know. I know that there's some companies that have made something like that, because I've seen them at Comic-Cons and stuff like that. You know, where there's companies that make like sort of live, realistic looking ones, even ones that you can actually strike against other versions of the lightsaber, and they won't crack or break anything like that. It's sort of like a hardened, you know, plastic, you know, saber. But yeah, that's super pricey. But you know what, man? They know what they're doing, obviously, because as soon as that place opens, that's going to be one of the busiest spots. Excuse me, you know, in Star Wars land, and they're gonna be, you know, raking it in. I wonder what the I was gonna say, I wonder what the per hour average, of spending will be in a place like that, like when Star Wars Lands opens. But I bet even the per minute average is like, sort of insane. They probably make about $400 or $500 a minute.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's the Galaxy's Edge in California has already like pretty much you have to have a reservation
to get in.
So to get in like now, like through I think July, like mid-July, they're going to open it up to the whole public, so you don't need a reservation then. But the reservations for the end of May through mid-July have all pretty much sold out.
Dang.
And I think they're like $150. If I'm not mistaken, just to get into that place.
Wow.
But you could there's nothing that says Star Wars anything inside there, because they'll be like inside the actual world, and in the actual world, of course, in the movies, there's nothing that says Star Wars.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So they're gonna have like the beer that's in like some of the little taverns. They're gonna have music that's that was played in the actual movies, like the actual music, like little
the band's playing the music.
So that's cool. And I know people are gonna eat that stuff up, especially Star Wars fans, man. So, and I heard like the Disney parks over there in California were practically dead, when Galaxy's Edge opened up. So now would probably be the perfect time for anybody in that area to go visit Disneyland.
Yeah,
because nobody's there.
Yeah,
everybody's trying to get into Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I think that's true. That's definitely true. And I think when they opened that up, it was a couple months ago, right? Was it May or April?
May 31st.
May 31st. Oh, okay. So I thought that was one of the slower months. Okay, yeah. May 31st is beginning of summer. So I'm surprised that the Disney park side was a little dry, but just because, man, we went on an off time like in September, and it was still crazy. So, but like you said, since the Galaxy's Edge opened, that's why. That makes sense. So yeah, it's definitely probably a good time. I wonder if they, are doing any smoking deals on visiting the Disney side. Oh, shoot.
Mickey say, screw your deals. Ain't no discounts over here, fool.
Yeah, man, that's wild. Well, shoot, man, that sounds like a fun, epic family trip. Also sounds crazy. I mean, it's Disney. If you guys never been to Disney, it's always worth it to go. I think experience at least once, especially if you have little kids, and can make the trip somehow. But yeah, that's wild, man. Let me think here. So in the past month, we haven't been traveling yet, even though that's coming up here in another week or so. But, I had been prepping for farmers market season for Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. I've been doing, some stuff at work there. And I actually did travel for work right after, that anniversary episode we did. And I went to Flagstaff, Arizona, to a trade show called the Overland Expo. And man, if you don't know what overlanding is, if you never heard of that, essentially it's when people live in their vehicle, whatever vehicle they have, anything from, a car or a motorcycle all the way up to, like a former military, a decommissioned military vehicle that somebody has basically built out, inside and in the bed of it to be like a mini, traveling home. And yeah, and what they'll do is, normal vehicles will drive, down the highway, whatever, go from place to place, if you're traveling somewhere. Overlanders like to go over the land, meaning off road. So these vehicles, they'll take your paths on the highway, or off the highway, over the mountains, over the hills, things like that. It's everything to do with building up those types of vehicles. So all the 4x4 stuff, roof racks, roof tents, and all kinds of, living space things, that you would do inside of a vehicle. It's basically like taking your house on the road. It's like living in like a little mini IKEA apartment, but having it all in your van. And yeah, man, or in your, Sprinter van or something else. And it's wild, man. It's interesting that people spend so much money. So, just imagine the cost of like an SUV, like generally, say like $35,000, right? Or I actually got to test drive a Land Rover. So, and do like an off-road thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. So say like an average Land Rover, is about $50,000, give or take, from the factory with, just some modest amenities, accessories added to it. And then you add roof rack and roof tint and, specific 4x4 wheels and, grill guard and like skid plates and all this other stuff that you add. And you're basically spending another $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on this thing. And, so now you're at $80,000 or $100,000 for this vehicle. But then, you live in this vehicle for, weeks on end if you're driving, from place to place with all your buddies who do the same thing. So it's an expensive hobby, you know what I'm saying? Or lifestyle.
Yeah.
But it was really wild, man, seeing a lot of these people do that. And it's such a cool community of people, because some trade shows I'll go to, people are like, they claim to be tech savvy, but they don't really know so much. Or they'll be sort of like just sort of annoying crowd, but at some shows. But this show was really cool because everybody there knew their stuff, knew their vehicle, had a budget of a few $1,000s that they wanted to spend on different accessories for their cars, and were ready to spend it, and just needed some confirmation and sort of how to piece this piece together in their vehicle. And it was a really cool show. Seeing a cooler that you plug into your car or into a wall, and it's basically an electric cooler instead of a refrigerator, or seeing all these crazy huge tires on cars. And you would think that they would tear up the landscape, but they're actually pretty soft on the land, even though they look big and rugged and knobby. And then just seeing like sort of like a shell that you could put on the back of your truck that has a bed in it that could, hold a couple 1,000 pounds, worth of weight, and also has like a kitchen that, would look like it's in a designer home. So yeah, man, there's some really, really cool things out there. But yeah, Overland Expo did that thing. What was wild is, in Flagstaff, the people I went with were like, hey, we're going to camp, because that's what people do there. They go there, they visit the show, and even vendors at the show, they'll just camp out on the campgrounds there, which I was like, okay, that's cool. And that first night, it got down to 20 something, and your boy was cold. And another couple guys were like pretty cold too. That next night, it was supposed to be snowing. So I was like, nah, B, I'm too cold. We can afford a hotel. Let's do something like that. So, and there was like 6 dudes, right? So we kept looking for the hotel situation. And then we found some Airbnb situations. So what we landed on was this Airbnb that looked like it was outside of town, a little bit outside of town, in the middle of the woods. And it was like a historic horse stable, ranch, and farm. And I'm gonna tell you, man, the first night that we rented it, we actually had to drive out there, and it was like nighttime after we had dinner, so it was dark, 2-lane highway, just like deep in the country, right? And then only lit by the moon and our van lights, and then like we see people walking on the street, like on that main highway, miles away from where we are. So somebody was like, this is the beginning of a horror film. And then we get there, and it's like this weird little couple who owns it, who also lives on the property, telling us the history of that place, and, don't go bareback ride their horse and all this other stuff. And yeah, man, we're like, man, we're going to die in this place. Like it was sort of
beginning of a horror film, and you're the only black guy.
Well, this is what's funny. So there was one white guy one Mexican/white guy. No, there's two white guys. One Mexican/white guy. One guy who is Asian/Mexican, and then one guy who is Navajo Indian or Navajo Native American, and me. So I was like, man,
damn, well, y'all
I was like, the odds are okay. I may not be the first one to die, but then I was like, wait, I am the black guy, so I probably would die first. But no, man, it was a good time. It was just sort of weird place we were in. They had like wood burning fireplaces everywhere instead of a heater. But it felt a lot better to have like a nice warm shower, and be out of those elements for the next couple of days. So that was a cool time. But yeah, man, other than that, just grinding at work, trying to stay afloat there, trying to figure out, what's going on with the work situation, and then planning on a trip to Yellowstone, which is coming up here in the next week or so.
Nice.
So yeah, man, that's about it. Missed you on here, missed all of our podcast family. Got to listen to a lot of their shows while we've been out. And shoot, man, I tell you, man, the Whatever Man podcast, they're actually being consistent now. It seems like weekly they're dropping an episode.
Notice
that.
Yeah.
And B-Rob is traveling all over the place, and Just in Time guys are still smoking.
Still smoking.
And then
still smoking,
the Starting Five is doing some things, man. And John Effect, man, there's so many people out there. And then, like you said, Felipe's Garage, they just one of their guys just released, some new music. There's so much going on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's doing well.
That's right. That's right, man. I've been trying to keep up with all our usual listens and branch out into new stuff, man. I tell you, I've been getting more into like science talk and all kind of stuff like that. Yeah, I've been listening to more Star Talk Radio with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I mean, I've been listening to him for like a while, but just been going back and listening to like all his older episodes. Been checking out Joe Rogan podcast a lot. He's been having some interesting, some pretty cool guests on, spread out, sprinkled about. So been checking him out a lot. So yeah. I mean, it's a lot. It's a ton of podcasts I've just been jumping around and listening to. So
yeah,
shout out to everybody out there doing this podcast thing.
Yeah, for
Keeping
sure,
it
man.
Consistent.
Shout out to all of them. Yes, indeed. Now, I will say this. Since we've been out, we have been. You guys probably hear my dog actually in the background. He's barking. If you can't, then I can hear him. And it's been a little annoying. Yeah, and my son yelling. So since we've been out, we've also missed a lot of voicemails, which means, we missed our Memphis correspondent, Kayla Stevenson, who we hear from very regularly, and we thank her for that. Always happy to hear what's going down in Memphis or on the road while she's riding her motorcycle, from state to state with all her motorcycle gals and, her rider apparel. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and catch up on some of those voicemails. But before we do, Jay, as always, tell the people how and where they can leave us a message.
All right, people. 385-3BLAKPC. It's 385-325-2572. You can do it there. Or just send us some DMs somewhere, man. Maybe we can read some DMs or something. It doesn't matter. Just slide up in our DMs. Tell us what's going on. Give us some feedback. Leave us some feedback on iTunes. I think we're still on iTunes. Yeah, leave us some feedback on iTunes or wherever, man.
Wherever.
It doesn't matter. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods.
Yes, indeed. Leave us a DM and, tell us what you got going on. All right, cool. Here we go. First up, and this is going all the way back to when we, probably to just after we recorded that anniversary episode. So yeah, there's a few. Looks like we had some random missed calls from people that aren't our Memphis correspondents. So guys, don't leave a missed call. Leave a message. We down for that. We want to hear it. So here we go.
up, y'all? This is Mr. Steven 99 Yahoo.com. What y'all doing? Have y'all seen Endgame? I haven't seen it. I probably won't for a minute. I read the plot. I couldn't help it. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah. Anyways, I'm watching Game of Thrones last season. I feel like everybody gonna die, and it's really good. Have y'all been looking at Game of Thrones? I'm a fan. I'm Team Jon Snow. Yeah. Something's going on in my life. No, there's a lot going on. Just life, t-shirt business, trying to excel, and I just want to know if y'all seen Endgame and how did you feel about it without giving away the story. And I will talk to y'all later because I am starving and it is hot down here in Memphis right now. Yesterday was 81. And I'll call y'all back with some more mess. Okay, bye.
All right. Well, yeah, thank you, Kayla. Excuse me. Thank you, Kayla. And yeah, that's another thing that happened since we've been out. Endgame happened, and bless you. Endgame happened, and Game of Thrones ended, and people's up in arms. They want to throw the whole show away. Endgame happened, and if y'all haven't seen it by now, sorry, we'll probably definitely have some spoilers right now.
Yeah, the spoiler embargo.
It is.
You didn't see it too.
Yeah,
bad.
exactly. So what? So we saw Endgame. We each saw it. So what'd you think, Jay?
I thought it was good. People died who I didn't think was going. I didn't think Black Widow was going to die. I guess just knowing that she has a movie coming out, but of course that movie's going to be a prequel. Yeah. So I didn't think she was going to die. I was honestly thinking Captain America was going to die.
Okay. Yeah.
I knew some of the bigger, I guess, more original members were either going to go away or they were going to die. So that's what I was thinking. Let's see. I was disappointed in Hulk.
Yeah.
Or I guess I mean that was just me personally.
And what they did
only
to
because
him?
only because I thought they were going to have Hulk kind of get his revenge on Thanos for Thanos laying that smackdown on him in Infinity War.
Oh yeah.
So I thought Hulk would have at least came out in the end and did something, but I don't know. It was I mean it was a great movie. It was a great movie. Can't complain. A lot of ups and downs. A lot of sentimental moments. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it was cool. I love Fat Thor.
Oh
Fat
man,
Thor was cool.
That was the best thing.
Bringing back Korg. Him and Korg were like roommates or something.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool.
That was like the weirdest college roommate setup right there with Meek and Korg and Fat Thor. Like what?
Yeah,
and they were all just like beer and pizza drinkers, eaters. That's funny. Beer drinker.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I don't know if Valkyrie will get a movie since I guess Thor kind of handed her the mantle of what do you want to call it?
Yeah, being the
king or queen of New Asgard or something.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. What else? Maybe Asgardians of the Galaxy, since Thor is going on a little trip with them.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how that's going to work out. Yeah, I mean, it was a good movie. Can't complain. There's nothing I could really see big complaints about. It's just like little tiny things. So
yeah, no, I love the movie too. And to try to keep it brief, I love the movie. I was really sad that Iron Man died. But like you said, there was some expectation that some of our old time, all time favorites would not make it, or would be sacrificed during the movie at some point. So man. So that made me sad. I was happy to see that Hawkeye, came back as Ronin. Sad to see my girl Black Widow go. And I thought it was very interesting, basically how the movie started. When you watched Infinity War, everybody was pissed off at Thanos, right? Everybody's like, this fool came out here and snapped and made everybody turn to dust and, broke everybody's hearts. A lot of people turned to dust from that snap. And so it was very hurtful. And so everybody had all this angst and anguish against Thanos. And within the first 3 or 4 minutes, 5 minutes of the movie, you see them go, the whole team go find Thanos. Thor cuts his head right off. And you're like, okay, end of movie?
Yeah.
But, it also brought up the issue that, had not been solved of trying to bring back all their friends. So, thankfully they figured that out. And yeah, man, it was a great film. Can't wait for it to come out on DVD so I could have my, my Infinity War plus Endgame, 1-2 punch. And yeah, Captain Marvel, I think she was pretty freaking amazing in this movie. And it was great to see, Doctor Strange, bringing back all of these people that turned into dust, including himself. And, and yeah, when all these, all the people came through the Doctor Strange rings, whatever you call them, circles, it was a pretty amazing screenshot because it's sort of, seeing that, from a big wide angle, seeing all these heroes come back. And somebody said that there was a little Easter egg that Howard the Duck was in there, like right behind the Wasp. So I'd have to go back and see that again.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, neither was I. But that, and then also when they had, there was a moment in there where they had sort of an all-girl led team, to sort of protect the, the Infinity Gauntlet as, they were trying to transport it from one side to the other side of the, of the battle near the end. And I thought that was cool. I can't remember what version of Avengers that is, because there's a female team like that, with the Avengers from the movie. I can't remember what it's called, but it was really cool to see that picture, and showing that woman power, the A-Force. There you go, and showing the woman power. So I thought it was dope, man. The movie was great. It was great. There's nothing more to say.
Yeah,
nothing more to say.
It was.
You're a Game of Thrones guy.
So, I was a Game of Thrones guy until we got rid of HBO.
Okay.
I've just missed the last 2 seasons. That's about it. I hadn't caught up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've been following the whole arc of everybody.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I love the way, I guess, Arya Stark, who turned out to be a badass towards the end. I mean, of course, I remember when she was just a little girl in like the first season, and then she grew into the super badass killing machine. So I love that about her whole training and everything that she had to go through to become what she is, I guess, today, if you want to call it that. Love that. There's a lot of, I mean, it's a great series. Well, it's a really good series, but of course, I hear people complain about the last season, how the writers didn't really put their all into it, and I heard different rumors about why that is, but I need to check it out. I need to check the last 2 seasons out.
Yeah,
just to be complete.
Yeah, I did not. I was not really a Game of Thrones person, so I didn't know. We never had HBO during that time frame, so I never had an opportunity to watch it. But yeah, I know there's always sentiments out there, good and bad. People loved it, people hated it. So I don't know, man. Whatever. I can't wait for it to come on Netflix or Hulu so I could actually watch it and see what all the fuss was about.
Yeah, I don't know when that'll ever be.
Yeah, if ever, right? Yeah. So, or Disney.
Ever.
Or Disney will buy it and put it on their own streaming channel. I don't know. So
who knows? They got everything.
Yeah, exactly. So, and speaking of Disney, and buying, streaming services, they, bought Hulu, I guess. So I think all the Marvel stuff will end up on Hulu. That's the report I heard. So if you don't have the new Disney streaming service and you do have Hulu, you could still watch all your Marvel movies and shows. So
yeah. So, what do you think about the Captain Falcon or Falcon?
Falcon is Captain America.
That, and Winter Soldier. They have a series coming out.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I probably won't be able to see it if it's going to be on that Disney streaming service, but I'm happy because I knew that, during the course of comic history, didn't both of them become Captain America or hold the mantle, if you will, or the shield at some point? I can't remember, but I know Falcon was one of them that did, and I was happy to see like a black Captain America, pretty much. So
yeah,
it'd be cool.
I mean, yeah, that's cool. Maybe they'll do a Isaiah. Damn, what was his name? Isaiah Bradley. Shit. The other Captain America from way back when.
Oh yeah,
he was a black guy.
Yeah,
I think it was Isaiah Bradley. I can't remember his name. But anyway. Yeah, maybe they'll explore that. Who knows? There's many possibilities. Phase 4 of the MCU should be pretty interesting. Should get a new cast of heroes and characters. So
yeah, it should be very interesting. I can't wait, man. It'd be interesting to see what happens there. So here we go. Next up, 3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all. So this is Memphis Steve, y'all, Memphis, Tennessee correspondent. I see everybody's talking about, do y'all look at Game of Thrones? Did we talk about that? Well, I'll talk about that when I call you back. But let's talk about the end game. What did y'all feel about when Aquaman took the Infinity Stone and made the world turn into water at the end? What y'all feel about that? And how did y'all feel about when Darth Vader came, like when they went back in the future and changed stuff, and Darth Vader came, and him and Thanos was kicking it at the bar, and then they decided they didn't want to be friends no more, so then he took the thing and reversed. So, I mean, and like Wonder Woman, did y'all think Wonder Woman was going to be the one to, wreak havoc? Man, okay. Mm-hmm. So that's the kind of stuff we were doing on Facebook the other day, pissing people off. Yeah, I ain't got nothing better else to do. I'm going to call y'all back because I'm in traffic, and I got to pay attention to the road. But this weather sucks in Memphis. It's like 70 degrees, and it's pitch black. So maybe Thanos going to pay us a visit. Okay.
Thanks for the weather.
Honestly, I thought she was like so super serious. I was like, Aquaman.
Me too.
Say that. Was that a end? Was that a credit? The end credit scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, like And then she say Darth Vader. I was like, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, but Darth Vader was cool in Endgame. I thought he was pretty dope. Him and Thanos having a little drinky drink.
Yeah, at the cantina. I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, at the cantina. Yeah. And I love when Superman came through and like blasted everybody away.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope too.
Yeah, and then Batman and Tony Stark had a rich off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm richer than you. I'm richer than you. Nah. Yeah. So that's
and then Black Panther came in and put the smack down on both of them.
Yeah.
Just put his wallet down on the table and was like, I'll buy both of you.
Yeah, exactly. Wakanda forever. Nah, that's funny. But actually it's funny because, so she was like, yeah, I'll call you back. She actually called us 2 more times that same night. So it was already pitch black. So I don't know how much later in the night she called us. Let's see here. Yeah, she called us a couple more times that evening. So here we go. I'm going to play these 2 back to back. How's that sound? Here we go.
Cool. Go for it.
And then we'll talk about it. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, y'all, this is Memphis Diva 99. On our way home from work, and I am going to go home and watch Game of Thrones again, the last episode, because what I didn't like, it was dark. You couldn't hardly see what was going on. But let me tell you, I'm so proud of Arya, but I'm scared of her at the same time, because that's a little killer. And the girl that killed the big giant, man, much respect to her too. Have y'all seen it? Did y'all look at Game of Thrones? I'm not sure if you do, but man, that was awesome. I loved it. It was good. That was emotional. But anyway, working on my own, since I'm designing my own, and the store taking up a nice percentage. So I'm working on that, and I'm about to start paying my editor. And that's all I got to say for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Hey, this is Memphis Diva 99 coming to you. Y'all, rest in peace to John Singleton. You know what I'm saying? Man, that man had a stroke. And his little, I just remember his little glasses and his little eyes. I always thought he had some little bitty old eyes. But anyways, what's your favorite movie that John Singleton directed? I have to say, Boys in the Hood was probably one of my favorites. Did he direct Boys in the Hood? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. It was just a good movie. So what were some of y'all favorite quotes or whatever? And I keep hearing about this Friday's movie being done again. Well, no, part what, 4? I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to find some good stuff to watch. I've been watching stupid stuff on TV. But, yeah, that's about it. Nothing going on. I want to leave. I want to move. You know where, y'all? That's about it. I just had a blah day today. Y'all like my psychiatrist brothers? I guess I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, bye-bye.
Man, all right. Well, thank you for those. We're sorry that your psychiatrist brothers have been out of the office for about a month. But, yeah. Do we watch Game of Thrones? It's like the theme question. It's so funny. Yeah, man. What do you think about those two back to back? She talked about Game of Thrones obviously multiple times. Her new T-shirt printer for Ryder Apparel, which is dope, and then John Singleton, among other things.
Well, of course, yeah. We talked about Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
got to catch up on the last couple seasons. So yeah, I got to do that. John Singleton. Yeah, it was sad to see John Singleton go. But he did leave behind quite the filmography. Is that what you wanted? Film credits, directorial credits. So he left behind a lot of masterpieces of movies. So
yeah, he did.
Man, as far as like my favorite, I did like Boys in the Hood, but Higher Learning is probably like my favorite of his. I'd have to go with that as my all-time favorite.
Yeah. I could probably stick with Boys in the Hood, but I mean, you look at, any of his movies, and they're all very good movies. Lots of classics mixed in there. And we were going to do
one movie that I did not, I liked it and I didn't like it. Was Too Fast, Too Furious.
Okay.
With Luda? Only because, I was big in the, I don't even know if I should even talk about it because I could only speak from my perspective, but I was big in the car scene long before the original Fast and the Furious came out.
Yeah.
And I seen what that movie did to the import car culture and how it kind of it got people to go into it and they started creating different cars and stuff. But when Too Fast, Too Furious came out, that just kind of brought it over the top as far as like the customizing and what people putting on their car. It was even inspiration for what is that? What was that? Need for Speed Underground. The one for Xbox.
It was a great game.
You could see the exact similarities between the two movies, between the game and the movie. But I don't know. It was just something I didn't like about it. It was just funny. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. Just seeing him and Tyrese conversate, and Paul Walker saying, hey cuz,
Hey, cuz.
hey cuz, I got over here, cuz.
Yeah.
So it was just funny. I mean, it's entertaining. I'll watch it, but that was probably like one of the ones I didn't.
You didn't like that much?
100% care for.
Yeah.
I mean, but it
That's
was
funny.
whatever. But.
Yeah, I was a big fan of Poetic Justice. Yeah, man. Rosewood. Was interesting. The Michael, even he did a video short called Michael Jackson Remember the Time back in 1992. That was after Boys in the Hood. I remember when that came out. I actually liked it because I was a big Michael fan back in the day, and still love his music. But yeah, when it comes to Too Fast, Too Furious, I actually did personally like it. Just because I was sort of like one of those fringe tuner car guys, you know what I'm saying? I liked the idea of them. I thought they were cool. I wanted one. I still want a Subaru WRX with the STI, with that blue colorway. Ooh, man, I still want one. Big spoiler in the back, but yeah, not in the cards right now. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool to infuse, a little bit of hip hop into it, and all the characters that they added, which a lot of them are still going in the series. Rest in peace, obviously, to Paul Walker. But I think it's cool, and yeah, I'm interested to see with this Hobbs and whatever the other one, what's it freaking called?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
When that comes out here coming up, interested to see how that goes. But yeah, man, John Singleton, left a hole, in the movie industry. With his passing and some of the stuff that he did, directorial wise, production wise, and writing wise. So, there's other people that are carrying on that mantle. So thankful for that.
And in other rest in peace news, Bushwick Bill just passed today.
No way.
Legendary.
Wow.
Yeah, 52 years old, died of cancer. I know they reported maybe a month ago, less than a month ago, he had stage 4 cancer.
Oh wow, so it was terminal.
I forgot what cancer it was, but yeah, he just passed away today. So R.I.P. to him.
Man,
so yeah,
I'm like as you're saying that, man, I'm hearing his verse. This year Halloween fell on the weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys will trick or treat and. I know they did more music than that, but I mean, man, in my mind, that's what always reminds me of that. Bushwick Bill. Wow, that's right. That's wild, man. That's sad to hear. So, yes, indeed. Well, let's see here. Here we go. Next up, we're gonna do another back to back. How's that sound? We'll do back to back, and then there's one more that she just left this week. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all, it's me, Memphis Diva 99. It's Mother's Day. I'm not a mother, and I've had 6 or 7 men, just pass and say Happy Mother's Day. I've had little old ladies coming from church. Happy Mother's Day, baby. So what's the proper thing to say? So one guy said, Happy Mother's Day, baby. And I said, oh, I'm not a mother. And he said, well, in the future. And I said, I'm 49. I doubt if that's going to happen anytime soon. And he said, 49? Baby, I thought you was 30. I was like, oh, thank you, but really, I'm wondering what's the proper thing to say. Because people, when they come up to me and say Happy Mother's Day, sometimes I say, oh, thank you. And sometimes I say, and Happy Mother's Day to your mom, too. Yes. Get out. Other than that, I'm about to go and get on my bike. It's 68 degrees here. It's really nice. And I'm going to go show my bike some love because I ain't been on it since I got back from Jacksonville. Okay, then, y'all. Talk to y'all later.
Okay, so that one.
Hey, y'all. It's me. Memphis Diva 99, and it's just Memphis Diva, aka Kayla. Look, y'all, as you know, I am in business of running an empire for my t-shirt line for women who ride motorcycles, and I got a few stuff for the men too. So I'm trying to get a heat
That's good. Hey, yeah, man. I'm glad you sent that over, Kayla. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll definitely. Well, I don't have Cash App, so I have to see if you got Venmo, but I'll drop you a few bucks. That's trying to further that dream. Yeah, and I know we have some stuff to speak to as far as merch as well. So Jay, you could probably speak to that, and then we want to talk about what to do when somebody wishes you a happy Mother's Day or what's coming up, Happy Father's Day, and you're not a mother or a father, and how to react to that. I guess from our perspective. Yeah. So, what do you think, man?
Which
Either
one?
one.
The merch or the
you just
merch?
You do.
All right, man. So, merch game. We got some merch, kinda, sorta. It's in a box at my house. Just chilling in a bag. I opened it, I took a peek, and then I put it back, and then had a million other things to do. But yeah, maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just give it away. Yeah. We don't know yet. But I'll take some pictures and put it up, and if you like it, we ask that you buy it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what to do with it. We'll talk about it off air.
Let us know the thoughts, right?
I mean, of course, everybody. I mean, they're pretty cool hats. They're one of a kind customs. You're not gonna find it anywhere else. So yeah, let us know. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway, or just giving it away to a lucky listener. Maybe just give it away to random podcasts, just to say, hey, we listen to you. Yep. We support you. Here's some hats. Here's a hat. Yep. Maybe here's a sticker. Maybe in the future we'll have a t-shirt. I don't know.
Maybe so.
Yeah. We don't know. Yeah. They're just chilling. But yeah, as far as my Happy Mother's Day, just take it and damn, how would you respond to that? Because I'm a father. So I can't really say how I would feel.
If somebody told you Happy Father's Day and you weren't a father, though.
I back in the day, I'd probably be like, I ain't got no kids. But,
that's what I would say too.
But yeah,
don't put that on me. That's what I would say.
Yeah, don't put that energy over here. I don't know. Just say thank you, honey, but I'm not a mother.
There you go.
Thank you, baby. I'm not a mother.
Thank you, baby. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. It would definitely have to be a thank you, but no thank you type of thing. Thank you, but I'm not a mother, or thank you, but I'm not a father.
Yeah, just maybe take it as a compliment. That you look mature enough and you look good enough that some man shot up the box, shot up the club, and got you pregnant.
Yeah. Maybe it's one of them.
Yeah, take it as a compliment.
Yeah, and then you could say, "Oh, my bad, go ahead."
Wise for your years. No, you go. Go. I'm just rambling on.
Yeah, and then you could say, "Hey, thank you and Happy Mother's Day to you too." You could say that to men and women, and it'll get a good reaction. If you say it to women, then obviously, they may say the same thing, or they may say, "Oh, I'm not a mother," or they say, "Oh, well, thank you, baby. I'm a grandmother and I have like 14 grandchildren." Blah blah blah. Or, when you say it to men, they might have a good little funny reaction back to you. I don't know. Don't be offended by it. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. But then again,
here's a question for you.
I ain't got no kids. Yeah, what was the question?
So, Father's Day comes around, of course.
Yep.
And I see a lot of times where some women will tell other women Happy Father's Day because they're in like a single parent relationship.
Okay, yeah.
A single parent, household or something like that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that type of thing?
I think it's interesting because I'm pretty sure, was it Killer Mike that I saw on Mother's Day was posting all this stuff because I guess him and his baby mama is not, are not together, and it was not a good situation. That they left it at. But he was like, basically saying Happy Mother's Day to himself and, talking about deadbeat moms, etc. So yeah, man, I think it's interesting, when you have a woman in a single parent situation or a dad, in a single, parent situation, saying Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day to each other. Because really, if that other parent, that other half is not in their life at all, and they've been doing 100% for the baby, then really it is a Happy Mother's or Happy Father's Day to you, depending on the the opposite gender. So I don't have a problem with it, and I'll say this: like my wife, her mom, single mother, raised her for a good portion of her life. Her dad was was in her life for a few years when she was a kid, and then that was pretty much it, unless he was trying to leech off of her, as she got older. So, her mom basically was the one who raised her and did both roles. And I don't have any hatred there at all, for that type of, sentiment for you as a parent. I do personally believe that, every kid, needs a male and female figure, a positive male and female role model in their life, just so they get, a perspective from both ends. And they get, teaching that, the other couldn't necessarily teach them from their perspective. But, if it's a single mom doing her thing or a single dad doing his thing, hey man, more power to you. And if you want to wish yourself a happy Mother's Day and you're the dad, or happy Father's Day and you're the mom, and you've been doing it 100%, 24/7 since the kid was a baby, hey man, I don't got a problem with that at all. Cool. It's all love.
Yeah, I was just asking because I know a lot of men do have issues with it.
Yeah,
because I mean, like before you even mentioned the Killer Mike thing, I've always heard more women say Happy Father's Day to other women in single parent households instead of hey, Happy Mother's Day to a man who's in a single parent household or relationship or a situation or something like that. And I always hear a lot of men take offense to that because why is it always like this? There's always a double standard for everything,
Oh, there is.
So,
there is.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, I just always like to hear different perspectives on it. Some men like it, some men don't like it. Yeah. So some women even have offense to other women saying Happy Father's Day. So, it's just,
it's yeah, man. I mean, and probably, being a bit of a hypocrite on my own thing I just said was, if you're a woman, you are not a dad. If you're a man, you are not a woman. You are not a mother. So there is, I can understand the, the outrage and the anguish, when people say that. But if you're the only one playing any role in that kid's life, essentially, you're playing both roles. But then again, maybe when it comes to Father's Day and you're the woman, who's playing that double role, you don't say Happy Father's Day. You say like Happy Double Mother's Day to me or something. You know what I'm saying? Or the dad, you say Happy Early Father's Day and Happy Actual Father's Day. I don't know.
But the crazy thing is, this is kind of splitting off a little bit. Even the whole days itself were like complete BS.
Yeah, they really are, man.
Just look at the advertising. We always joke about this. Like at my job, we used to always joke about this. The Mother's Day, they get everything. There's commercials and all kind of get your mom this, get your mother this, get your wife this. Then Father's Day rolls around. Hey, Dad, we got you this grill. Now you could grill us some food.
Yeah, enjoy this new tie.
Enjoy this tie. How about some shoes, Dad?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. So it's this weird kind of thing between the two.
Speaking of,
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. Yeah, but speaking of dads and grilling, go on to Hooks, Rubs, and Spices on Instagram, on Facebook, hashtag We Smoke Meat TV on YouTube. Check out their videos, check out their posts, check out the seasoning, and get you some for your dad for Mother's Day or for your mom for double Mother's Day. It's all good. If you like grilling,
how about double Father's Day?
Cooking, double Father's Day. Give it to your dad for double Father's Day, or to that dad in your life, that man that you know and you've been admiring. that you also know has children. And he's not hooked up with any woman. But you may want to be that woman. Go ahead. Show him some love.
Get it as a combo with that grill that you're going to get your daddy. Where you're going to make him cook food on his own day.
Yep, exactly. No, it's funny. But, yeah. Hooks, Rose, and Spices. # we smoke meat. But no, man, I'm going to say this. What's so funny is, as you say that, everything's catered to the mother. You see Valentine's Day commercials. It's always catered to women. Anything that's like an anniversary style commercial, normally catered to women. Mother's Day, obviously, for the same thing. And yeah, Father's Day is like, oh, dear old dad, best dad in the world. What are you going to get him for Father's Day? Let's get him I'm sorry, my phone is tripping right now. I'm getting like 5 messages in a row. Let's get him a grill. Let's get him, some new grilling stuff. Let's get him, some new outdoor utensils. Get him a tool set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, get him that lawnmower he's been talking about for ages.
I'm going to tell y'all something.
Cut grass, Dad. Do some work.
Unless he specifically asked for it, giving a dad a lawnmower or any kind of like tool set is normally seen as if you would give your mom or your wife a vacuum.
Pots and pans.
For Mother's Day. Or a vacuum, or pots and pans. Yeah, for Mother's Day. Pots and pans, I think, are slightly more functional, but like a vacuum, come on, man. Why? Houseway. Like giving somebody a Swiffer for Mother's Day. Really? Come on. So why would you give your dad something like that instead of giving him something that's maybe like an experience that you guys can, have a memorable time together, or something else, I mean, I can see like going to a place like Topgolf is like a cool experience for Father's Day. Because it's something that the whole family can enjoy and the dad will like it. And it's not like the pressure actually going to play like a 4-hour round of golf. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking from, from stuff that I want myself. Giving them a grill, that's cool, but you better have a quality grill. Better not be giving them no trash that's going to rust in, a couple of months. So, be thoughtful about it. Don't just give them something that is like, that's like, what's the word? Cliche, give him something that he would actually use or she would actually use. So yeah, that's funny. That's funny. The advertising it's probably for, really, I mean, to be honest, I don't want this to sound sexist, but I think it's the way it is. Is like, that the advertising caters to women a lot in those situations, overly caters to women, when it comes to the dates, to those dates. And really, you have moms who maybe stay-at-home moms or who are always on some kind of social media or watching, TV programs, throughout the day that have those commercials, or, it's because women do drive a lot of the buying force, when it comes to products, when it comes to stuff for home and for themselves. They spend so much stuff on cosmetics, you know what I'm saying? Compared to a guy who may spend money on face wash, beard oil, shaving cream, and a razor and some deodorant, depending on who it is. So yeah, man. So I think that may be like that because we're like, they know that women will spend more money, or you'll spend more money for your woman because she likes all this stuff. So I don't know. That's just my thought. Whatever. All right. Memphis Diva. Man, thanks for all these messages. We got one more to go because I bet you probably thought we was gone, but we back. So here we go.
What up, brothers? This is your long-lost sister, Memphis Diva 99. Good child. I've been busy, y'all, working. So I decided to give y'all a shout-out today and call y'all to see how y'all doing while I'm cooking. I'm cooking some chicken wings with some rubs and spices, smoky burn. Yes. Oh, my chicken gonna be smoky. But anyway, what y'all been doing? What's up? I know I've been missing, so I got to probably call y'all this week. I got the manager from hell. No, I ain't gonna even say manager for hell. I got the director from hell. This lady looks like a raccoon. But anyway, I was just calling to say, hey, it's hot. some little old flats, wings, but they just flat. I'm tired. I gotta go fix my rice, my cheese rice. Okay, then.
Okay, now she's done. All right.
That's fine.
Wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think, it sounded like they're part of the call. She didn't know what the heck had happened to us. But yeah, we're back. And yeah, it sounds like her director looks like a raccoon.
It's funny.
Wow. Do you have any characters at your work that look like animals?
Oh man, I do actually. There's one guy. He always reminds me of what do you call them things? Alpaca. Yeah. Kind of looks like one of those things.
Oh man!
And I can make up an animal for every person that I come across at work.
Great.
So one girl at my job, she said I remind her of a sloth. Just my demeanor, not the way I guess I look, but just because I'm cool and calm and just like chill. But hey, it's whatever. I don't know if I look like a sloth. Y'all tell me.
Uh-huh.
Anywho, yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's quite a few people I could put animals to. I mean, I don't want to be like what's the word? Insensitive to like obese people's I guess looks and feelings and whatnot. But there's one lady, she's a bit. Let me shut up. No, I ain't even go there. I'll just keep it to myself.
Oh man. Okay, keep it like that. Keep it tight
to myself, man.
Keep it tight.
Yeah, because I'm on the positivity tip. I don't want to be talking bad about people.
Yeah, there you go.
Woosah.
Keep it tight, woosah. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody has people in their life that they can associate with something else. We'll just say it like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll just leave it like that. But I know, that I have worked with people in the past. I won't really say anything about anybody I work with now, but work with people in the past who have, had some interesting look to them. We'll just leave it like that. Maybe, just maybe they look like a horse. I don't know.
Yeah. There was one girl, like, I could remember back in like junior high, people used to make fun of her because she looked like a goat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and it sucked, man. I wasn't in the business of like clowning people back then.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't care for it because it was like stupid. But yeah, they clowned her so much, man. She cried and cried. This is like 7th, 8th grade too, man. So yeah, whatever. I mean, she turned out to be a fairly decent looking woman. Nowadays, we're still like Facebook pals, and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
All in the past, young and dumb, man.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. Is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. She said the lady looked like a raccoon. So, yeah, you must really not like your new director if you saying stuff like that. But wow, yeah, man, that's interesting. Yeah, thank you very much, Memphis Diva, for the voicemails. People, you can leave us messages. Obviously, like Jay said, and also we are on Anchor, and you can leave messages through Anchor as well. If you have the Anchor app and have our show downloaded. If you don't, go ahead and do that. So you can leave us a message there and we'll check it, whenever we have a chance to hop on there. Okay. So we told you where we've been. We had our Memphis correspondent Chip chime in. So yeah, man, I guess, maybe we'll end it by talking about a couple things we sort of want to do in the future. We already talked about the merch with the hats. Maybe some other stuff to come up. We really need to try to find out and emulate B-Rob's model, with all of his merch. Because good night, that fool be posting all kinds of stuff, and it's great. It's great to see that, and it's great to see people, actually rocking his stuff. Hats, shirts, beanies, notepads, cups, boots, like some B-Rob Tims, like you name it. I think that he has released them at this point. So yeah, we got the merch stuff, coming. We'll have some more shows, obviously. We'll be a little more consistent now that we're back in the game. And yeah, as far as our content, I know that we talked about, having some more shows and more episodes that are more meaningful to people with more meaningful content instead of just, mainly, pop culture-y stuff. We definitely like to have some more meaningful content. It's meaningful to people. So relationship-wise, health-wise.
Something timeless.
Yeah, self-help-wise, yeah, etc. So, yeah, I think that'll be great. What else, Jay? What else? What else we talk about?
Yeah, man, maybe get a future guest instead of like, I won't say instead, but just reaching out to different people in different walks of life, different types of careers and whatnot. I know we usually collaborate with different podcasts, and that's all great. We love those guys and gals. But yeah, we're gonna try to branch off and do some other things. I know we've interviewed some different artists and whatnot in the past, musicians and singers, producers, rappers. Maybe we'll reach out to some other people. There's other careers and fields out there that we like to touch on, things that we're interested in. Possibly even have who's the guy that you cooked barbecue with, you grilled with, or smoked food with one time a few weeks ago? What was his name?
Sasquatch Barbecue.
There you go, Sasquatch Barbecue. He seemed like an interesting character.
Yeah, that guy.
Maybe he has like a lot of stories to tell. So
yeah, he's a very interesting cat. Yeah, I'll see if that'll work out. I think there's a little problem there mixed up because it's sort of work. It's sort of like work related as well. And yeah, there's not that many people at work who actually know that I have the podcast. Just to keep it tight and just to make sure there's no questions in the future. But
I don't tell nobody.
Then again,
we got a podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, maybe maybe we can make something work. But if not that guy, then there's several other people I could
there's like a million other interesting people out there that have a story to tell. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to hear people's stories. We could talk about the news and whatever is going on in our society, I guess, if you want to call it that, all day long. But there's people out there that have a story. Everybody's story is different, if I should say that.
Yeah, that's true. So, that's true. Everybody's story is different.
I'm curious to hear it.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely interested to hear some stories and put two and two together and just find out about people. So find out about their lives. There's a lot of people that we've connected with over the course of time that we follow and comment back and forth with each other that aren't necessarily podcasts. They are creators of some kind. We want to try to find a way to get them on, and I think we should start taking the B-Rob model, which is just reach out, just send that one message and see what happens, because you never know until you do it. So we'll be doing that, guys. We're we got stuff in the works. We got stuff planned and stuff that is still unplanned that we're trying to figure out. So hey, it's all good. Everything's a work in progress on the daily. Everybody's lives are really. So yeah. But yeah, very happy to be back. Yeah, man. That's a good thing. So I think we're gonna maybe have like a super tiny tap your love box, and we're gonna be out. So JQ's Love Box music. Some Careless Whisper from George Michael.
Yes, 129 episodes in, man. Not one copyright strike. Thank you, Wham.
Yes, and yeah. So if you've gone 129 episodes plus, really, and you have still not gotten a copyright strike for one of the most popular songs in history, tap your love box. I think I just jinxed us.
Damn. Oh, please don't. If you have got your beach body on, you ready to hit the beach, you've been working out, eating right, doing your thing, tap your love box, because I got my semi beach body on.
Yeah.
Shout out to me for losing 20 pounds in like 3 months.
There you go, man.
So yeah,
definitely shout out to you.
Health is wealth.
Definitely shout out to you. And I'm going to tap my love box on that one as well, because I can fit more shirts and pants now than I have been able to in a while. And it's because this boxing is tearing it up. I'm out there hitting the heavy bag. Like the mayor from the Starting Five podcast would say, I'm out there hitting the heavy bag, man. Working on boxing. So yeah, man, doing the same thing. Cutting that weight and, making it happen. So all the while still cooking some dope meat on the grill. So yeah, let's see here. Oh man, if you are a father and go wish yourself a happy double Father's Day, tap your love box.
Man, come on now. If you would happily accept that grill for Father's Day and won't think nothing about it, tap your love box. That $20 grill from Walmart that they think you love. Because you're not a selfish person. You're a giving person. You happily cook for your family on Father's Day.
Yep. Because
it's your day. It's your day to cook like every other day.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. I'll be tapping my love box on that one. I'll be cooking all the time. And it's good. Because I love my people. Yeah. So
you just need to sit back. You need to sit back and relax and let it take your day. You need a day.
You need a day, huh? Yeah.
You just need a day. Just chill, man. Let them do the cooking for you.
You're right.
Let them do something for you.
Actually, on Father's Day, we'll be in Yellowstone National Park. Yeah. So we'll be doing that.
Grill it.
Yes. Probably. Oh man, yeah. Only you can prevent forest fires, though. So be safe out there. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be safe.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Tap your love box for Bushwick Bill. I know I mentioned it earlier. He just passed away. Legendary group, the Ghetto Boys. Part of the legendary group, the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
Tap your love box for him and his family.
Yeah. Tap your love box if you did not see that knockout coming when Mr. Ruiz knocked out Mr. Joshua. It was a TKO, but nobody saw it coming. But that shot, that one shot he hit him in the back of the head, that smooth knocked him out. That sent him back to London. So tap your love box if that boxing shot was heard around the world and was a big, shout out to people who are a little overweight all across the world and still out here giving hands to people. Yeah, tap your love box.
Shoot. It ain't nothing, man. Ain't just a little bit of extra weight. A little bit of extra bag to take them punches on him.
Yeah, man. It don't matter how big you are. You can still give people them hands. It does not matter.
Yeah. Tap your love box for all the disgruntled, upset parents out there taking their kids to Disney World this summer. Mm-hmm. You are the real MVPs.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Tap your love box there, man. I tell you what, that's a fun trip. And tap your love box for your wallet. that's about to get smashed and hated on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, is that it? It's 11 o'clock here.
That's it. It's time to go. Got to go take my son fishing today.
We're going to see John Wick today.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, fishing. Nice. Well, I'm probably going to fish. I'm probably going to fry some fish today. It's been a long time since I fried some fish. I'm straight up, bruh. I'm going to be that only dude in the Central Market asking for catfish.
Yeah.
Sorry. I like catfish. I don't eat tilapia. I don't even know what a tilapia is.
Don't eat tilapia, people. People out there, take it from me, the owner of Hooks, Rubs, and Spices, who will tell you that tilapia is trash. It is trash. I know that there's catfish out there that people say, oh, well, catfish are bottom feeders. I know people say the same thing about shrimp and crab and lobster, crawfish. But let me tell you something. Tilapia is a made-up fish. It's like eating a stack of loose leaf paper. Let's just say that it's not real. Don't eat it. Okay, sorry. Rant over.
Yeah. There you go. So, gonna get my catfish fry on. I would have did a crawfish boil this weekend, but crawfish season is coming to an end pretty soon. So, yeah, it's a little too late for me. I couldn't round up enough people to come and eat crawfish with me.
Yeah.
But anyway, rambling on. We're going to get out of here. Everybody follow us. #BlackoutPod. Twitter, Instagram, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. Hell, just search for us. You'll find a spot. Mm-hmm. Go to Google and type in #BlackoutPodcast. You'll find all the episodes somewhere. Yeah. Whatever your favorite spot is at. Email us something. Topics. You want to be on the show. You got an interesting story. Hit up #blackoutpod@gmail.com. Please excuse my voice. It may sound a little nasally because freaking allergies are kicking my tail this morning. Allergies. Call us 385-3BLAKPC. That's 385-325-2572. You want to get something for your daddy on Father's Day? It's coming up pretty soon. Go to Etsy, search for Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. And, go to Google for that too. I'm sure you're going to find some Hooks, Rubs, and Spices somewhere. Get them that. Support a black-owned business. Mm-hmm. Be on the lookout for their #blackout merch. Or hats. I don't know if we're going to go full merch mode just yet. But be on the lookout for the hats. Be on the lookout for a giveaway for a hat. And I swear, they're pretty dope. I want to wear one. I really do. But yeah. We did this for the fans, for the listeners, for the podcast community. So be on the lookout for that. And that's all I got.
Yeah, man. That's all I got. That's all I got as well.
So with that said, we don't know when the next #Blackout Podcast episode's going to be.
It's going to happen.
Jared's about to go on vacation.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen one day. It may not be super soon, but we'll be back.
We will.
We will
peace.
Be back.
Black it out.
And until that next time, peace. Deuces in your toilet. And lick ass. Bye.